welcome back to No Run Zone, your home for everything flag football here in BC and beyond. I'm your host, Derek Slavin. Joining me, as always, my co-host and the godfather of our league, Hunter Lake. Hunter, how's it going?
It's amazing. How are you today?
Wonderful. So today we've got a bit of a big one. Spring season's right around the corner, and if you've been around the fields lately, you can feel it. The buzz is different this year. There's been more teams out practicing. There's been more teams out just getting game ready. I know you've been out working with some of the teams. What have you seen so far?
I mean, the excitement is on another level. Yeah, I've been kind of dipping my toes in everywhere I can just because this league is what I dreamed it could have been back when I was 10 years ago when I was first getting into the BC football scene. I just wanted people to play football with all the time. Now there is people to play football with all the time, and I couldn't be happier. There's 30-person throw-arounds every other day. There's team practices. There's teams asking for, game plans and ideas and tips how to, be better at this game, and I could not be happier.
There was literally a practice. It was supposed to be one or two teams last weekend, and it wound up being like 8 teams that showed up. Like, there's some leagues that run within this province that don't have 8 teams, and we've got 8 teams out for a Saturday practice just to throw around. It was quite crazy.
The world of football is amazing.
Absolutely. Every season brings excitement, new teams, new roster moves, and we've seen some significant roster moves this year. I think you and I were talking a little bit before the show. If we were on top of it, which we probably should have been, there could have been NFL style like roster announcements and trade acquisitions and all sorts of stuff happening over the last few months. It's been quite the off season. What's going on, man?
I have had such a fun time getting to be Adam Schefter here, looking into teams, finding out these crazy changes. I need like a second phone just to be texting you updates and breaking news. It's been amazing.
So there's also the element of trash talk, and there's so many other avenues. This season feels like a turning point. And a big reason why is the headline that's got everybody talking right now across the country. Nathan Rourke, we talked about this last week, quarterback for the BC Lions and the CFL's most outstanding player, is stepping out onto the flag football field with Van City Vice, a team that you were the QB1 for. So let that sink in for a second. The CFL's most outstanding player for 2025 is playing within our structure. We're talking about one of the top quarterbacks in the country suiting up in our league. It's not just hype. It's making waves outside of our community right now. Recent feature yesterday in the province has shone a spotlight on what's happening here and what we're doing with the BC Adult Flag Football League. That kind of coverage, that's not normal for us. That's how you know something bigger is building. So what does that mean? It means the spring season kickoff isn't just another week 1. This might be our moment. What are your thoughts?
I think this is definitely a turning point. This is where, the fandom will probably catch up to it a bit. I think people are going to get more excited about flag. I think it's just going to continue to bring a bigger and better talent pool to the league. This is where it's going to be, if you're going to play in the elite division, it's because you think you're the best in the province or country, not because you're playing football with your friends.
And that's just it. You've got players leveling up all across the league. Teams are reloading, and now with Rourke in the mix, you're going to see something else entirely. There's going to be more eyes. There's going to be more cameras, more people pulling up to the fields who maybe have never even watched a flag game before. We're talking about potential crowds that don't just include players and friends anymore. Now you've got media showing up. You've got football fans who follow the Canadian Football League, curious to see how his talent translates. And let's be real, they're not just coming to watch, they're coming to evaluate, to experience, and to see if this league is as legit as we already know that it is. And that's where things get interesting, because not anyone who's been part of this league knows the talent here is no joke. This isn't backyard football. It's still fun, but the speed, the precision, the IQ, the straight up competition, it's at another level. So now you bring in a pro level QB, and now you've got something that people can't ignore. So for Van City Vice's spotlight just got a whole lot brighter. Every snap, every throw, every game, it's all going to be watched under a microscope. But for the rest of the league, this is an opportunity to show what BC flag football is really about and how good it's become. So as we head into kickoff, we can expect bigger crowds, expect louder sidelines, expect the cameras to be rolling, And most importantly, expect a statement because the spring season, it's not just starting, it's arriving, it's here. We're only days away. So, with that being said, it's time to get into this week's Lakes Takes. Okay, so we're going to start with our men's rec division. We've got 20 teams suiting up this season. That in itself is unheard of. Our men's rec division started in 2024 with, in the fall of 2024, we had, I think, 6 men's rec teams. Now, we call this division men's rec, but I personally, I think this needs to be men's elite B. You watch some of these teams, they're having a great time. That's wonderful. They want to come out, they want to chuck the ball, they want to, be around their buddies, and great. That's what we're here for. Some of these teams, I think, in all honesty, should be playing up in the elite division. That's just my personal opinion. I know that one's going to stir some controversy, but there are several teams, I would say, probably in our top 5-6 teams within that division that aren't right now, but they may be an elite team come the fall. So let's get into it. Who are we starting with? Are we going to go top to bottom? You want to go bottom to top?
I want to go bottom to top. I like getting it.
Let's go bottom to top.
Okay, let's get right into it. Right off the bat, the number 20 spot, I have the Burnaby Jacks. I don't know a lot about this team. I looked up their names. I tried to find some of them on Instagram. It was pretty difficult. I've never heard of a Burnaby Jack. I've only ever heard of a Surrey Jack, and I thought that was a bad thing. But, I mean, their logo is the Crown Royal bottle, so this is going to be a team that's going to have a lot of fun, keep the refs' hands full, and let's hope they can also throw the football.
Again, I know nothing about these guys. I know, like, the logo. Okay, so if you're basing your logo off a bottle of Crown Royal, it's going to be a good Sunday.
Yeah, if not an early one.
Right? All right, moving on.
All right, coming in at number 19, I have the Game of Throws. This is a split up team, so this is a single player based team. You said this is the one the league created to give all these people that want to join the league a place to show their skill and hopefully get recruited onto a different team next squad, or stay with this one and help it grow as we've had in the past. So don't know a lot about them. Could be X factors, right? Could be just some new place.
Yeah, and look, what we do every season is we open up our registration to players that don't have teams. They don't have a place to go yet. Getting into the sport is difficult if you don't already have a group of 5, 6, 7 people with you. Take your shot, right? We just talked about this. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So these guys are taking their shot. They want to give this a whirl, and so they throw your name. You throw your name in the hat, and if we can't find you a home, we're just going to take all of you and put you together. And that's what this team is. Game of Throws. They do have experience. These are not all just rookies. These are players that have played in other places, whether they played junior or high school or in other leagues. They have played before. All of them have experience. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that Game of Throws, and not because I created the team, but I'm gonna say that Game of Throws is gonna be middle of the pack. They are not gonna stay at the bottom. I think there's enough experience on this team. I think they'll figure it out. It's going to take them a while to gel, but I think they'll figure it out. And I think this team's going to be middle of the pack.
I love it. I love to hear it. It'd be especially a great underdog story, right? A team that's new to each other, starts to gel, figures it out, makes a competitive run. That's what we want to see.
So, Game of Throws, don't disappoint me.
No pressure.
All right, moving on.
All right, coming in at number 18, I have the Banda Makers. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. They're a very confident new team. I looked up into some of their players, and some of them are listing themselves as superstars, and their wide receiver is nicknamed Megatron. So confident new team. No idea about their play on the field, but we'll see where they end up.
I wonder, and I have not seen their roster. I know nothing about this team other than the fact that if it is Megatron, if it's the same Megatron that's been playing flag football for probably the last 15 years, If it is the same person, this team could be legit.
Okay. I don't think it is. I've kind of looked through their team roster and I didn't recognize any of the names. I feel like I
Okay.
would know anyone playing football for the last 15 years.
All right. Well, Band of Makers, let's go.
Back
Moving
it
on,
up.
number 17.
At number 17, I have the Lot Lizards. All I
Oh
know
God.
about this team is that they have a fantastic team logo. Might be the number one. Um,
It's
seems like
it's
they
it's
could.
not a truck stop. It's not a truck stop lizard, is it?
I sure hope not. Is that something different?
Nope, same thing. Hunter, do you need education on what a lot lizard is?
Yeah, we could do that after the pod, unless you
There
want to
you
tell me
go.
on the air. Doesn't sound good.
No, it's not. Anyways, lot lizards. Let's hear your take on lot lizards.
That's
Other
about it.
than
They
good
seem
logo.
grimy. They could.
Again, so many new bodies, so many new players, new teams. It's tough to get a handle on this preseason. But you know, yeah, you're right. Good logo.
I mean, that's half the battle. Showing up with confidence.
Yeah, confidence and some good graphics.
Okay.
Right. Moving into number 16, let's talk about the Speedy Sings.
I mean, the name seems pretty self-explanatory. I hope this team plays with a lot of speed. I feel like they're returning some players, so they should have
Yep,
some
returning team.
fantastic. So we hope they can compete, and I expect them to climb the rankings if they're as fast as they sound.
This is a great group of guys. I watched a lot of their games last season. Good talent. They went through some growing pains and some new, let's get a feel for this league and the teams that we're playing against. But they did well. They hung in there with a lot of the top teams. I expect much better things from them this season. I think they're just missing a couple pieces, and hopefully they've added that this season.
Fantastic. That's exactly what we want to hear.
Number 15.
At number 15, I have the Goblins. And honestly, all I can tell you about this team is that their parents did an amazing job in naming them. They have some very fun names on this squad. That is all the knowledge I have on it.
And look, the Goblins themselves, again, new team, new personnel, not knowing anything. I'm going to remind all of our teams to go into your team linked profiles. Okay. Create your profile. You can go into your own profile. You can click on your name, your profile, edit it yourself. You can drop in your nickname. You can drop in all of your experience, your player number, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. Check it out. Go to the Team Linked app, and you can update that. So then we have information to talk about when it comes to your team.
Absolutely. It'll
So
make it way more easier to track them in the offseason, too, when they start
yeah,
making moves.
yeah. Number 14, the Spades.
The Spades. I got a shout out to my guy Sonny for coming out to compete at Nationals. He balled out and hustled around. Big fan. This was a pretty competitive team last year, I believe. What you told me about them, they can ball. Unfortunately, they had some speed bumps, but I'm excited to see where they end up.
Yeah, you know what? It was they had a good season last year. They met an unfortunate end to the season, but I expect they're going to be back with a vengeance. I expect that the Spades are going to show up this year. They've added a few pieces. Alex has done a fantastic job of keeping the core group together. Uh, yeah, expect good things from the Spades this year. I think having them in at the number 14 spot, I expect them to climb. I expect them to be probably up in the 6-7 range.
Okay, wow. All right, I
Yeah,
love to hear it. High
yeah,
seed. Okay,
I believe so. Yeah.
great. I'm excited
All
to
right,
see.
number 13. I know this one's a little important to you and mostly to your wife, but let's let, let's hear about this group.
Spill the beans on that one, eh? At number 13, I have the Pacquiao Packers.
Love it.
Just off of a cultural knowledge, super athletic squad. My Filipino Kings are going to be fast. They're going to be dicey. I hope they have a QB. I'm excited to see where they end up. But good strong bloodline. Great team name.
Again, don't know a whole lot about these rosters. These are a lot of new teams, and uh, the names though. I'm loving the creative names and seeing some of the jerseys already that have been out on the practice fields. Everybody's just excited to wear them. Um, Shout out to Oddball. Shout out to Sublimation Squad. Shout out to Pro Stock Athletic. Um, yeah, there's you know what? There's a lot of cool. graphic design going on, and as a graphics guy myself, love it. All right, moving on. Number 12, one of my favorite groups.
Yeah, at number 12, I have Ole Mush, or Ole Mush, as some people might say. Big fan of this jersey. These kits are, my opinion, the best in the game. They have the classic Ole Miss light blue and red tiered combo jersey. Absolute beautiful looking team.
So I want to talk about this group because the enthusiasm that they have shown since before they were even a registered team in our league has been just outstanding. These guys, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think most of these guys are employees of a sporting goods store in Langley.
Oh,
So I've
fantastic.
been told. Uh, and I just from the moment they created their Instagram account, these guys have been dropping like roster announcements and who's available for practice and injury updates like they're an NFL squad. Like it has been absolutely entertaining to say the least. I'm very excited and very much looking forward to seeing these guys on our fields. We did see them in December at the football tournament,
Hmm.
um, and they showed up and they did quite well. So I'm expecting big things from Olmush.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, man.
Not Ole Mush, Olmush. I'm honestly, I'm very the enthusiasm. It just got me. It was great.
So these guys are certified ball lovers, and we love people
Yeah,
who love ball.
yeah. All
Good
right,
enough.
number 11.
Number 11, I have the Van Lynx. This is a team that seems to know the game of fives, very gadgety. They have some talent as well, which can make them compete with anybody. If they make people play their game, they're going to drag you down. They're going to get you confused. They're going to have misdirection. This is a team that can sneak up on a lot of squads in this division.
Again, new team, new squad that we haven't seen in league play. We did see them in our December tournament. Um, it was they're definitely a shifty group,
Mm-hmm.
and they remind me a lot of the Mexican style of play, where it's a lot of misdirection, like you said. It's a lot of it's almost sleight of hand, and it's very very shifty. They do have some experienced ballers on the squad, a lot of names that we don't recognize yet, but I'm sure that's going to change.
Awesome. I
So,
love that.
number 10,
Okay, number 10, I have the Vipers. This is a new squad. Well, returning team name,
newer.
big roster overhaul. What they've done is they have taken a lot of some star players from the Eights League, mostly linemen, but linemen that know how to win championships. They have come over and they want to get involved in the fives game because, fives is the best football there is. We have in
Hey, and
BC.
you know
So why
what?
not?
Linemen can play this game.
Everyone
If
can.
you're 6'6" and 320 pounds, you can play fives.
Oh, yeah.
You can't pancake anybody, right? But you can still play this game.
I
You
mean, some of
don't
the
have to
best teams in
be
America have, left tackles out there running post routes, running open. Man, do you know how hard it is to
one of the
box
best
someone out?
quarterbacks in USA men's flag football. One of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen in USA men's is like he's 6'4", I think, or 6'3", and like 355 or 400 pounds. Like he's a giant man,
It's true. And why?
and
One of the
he
reasons.
is he is unreal if you watch this guy.
Oh yeah, those guys who know how to use it make a serious problem. I'm a big
Yeah,
fan of this team's quarterback. He is like the lineman version of Taysom Hill. He is probably the best at everything I've seen in someone. Like he is one of the strongest people I've ever played with. Sneakily one of the fastest. He throws the ball with more velocity than I've seen anyone, and he can pinpoint it as well. He's just a naturally terrific athlete at everything he does. So that's the reason I have this team going because he's going to lead this team to some competitive games.
you wanna drop a name in there?
My boy Bubba. I'll let everyone figure it out for themselves.
Bubba's throwing for the Vipers.
Not the Bubba you know. This is
Oh, okay,
this is the real Bubba. This is the one that's going to knock you on your butt if we're playing
all
contact.
right.
He's going to throw
I'm
some balls over
excited.
our head.
All right, moving on. Number 9.
I have the Dogs. This is a very solid squad. I played with a couple of their guys through other tournaments. I really like their QB. I don't know much about the rest of the roster, but I mean, a good quarterback with a good game plan can get you into some playoff wins, and I think this team has that potential.
100%. Also, one of the best jerseys.
Oh yeah, I'm
I'm
excited
sorry.
for that.
Yeah, I love their jerseys. I love their colors.
Oh, the rec division
Okay,
has the best jerseys.
sorry.
The rec division has way better jerseys
You
than
know
I've
what?
seen.
It's very creative.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
speaking of creative, let's talk about number 8.
Number 8, I have a terrific name, a terrific jersey set, a terrific bunch of guys. I have the Pass Pro Shops, and I did
Yeah,
not say that wrong. It is a fantastic team name.
yeah.
So they have
Fantastic team and fantastic jersey.
absolutely very colorful. You know I love my colors. Very good jersey. They have a returning squad from last year and a fantastic quarterback. Young, talented, great energy. He bounced around from a couple of teams last season to kind of find his niche. Been playing eights last season, crushed it, and now I'm excited to see him really grow and take this team to the next division.
Yeah, I think Aaron's done a very good job with this team, keeping everybody together, managing them, and making sure that uh, they have the proper pieces in the right places. And you're right, they do have a stellar quarterback who knows the game, and he's very versatile. Like I wouldn't say shifty. He knows when to move and he knows how to move, and they're fun to watch too. So number 7.
Okay, so this is why having a good bio and reaching out and communicating with us changes things. I had this team ranked at 20. I now have them ranked at 7 because I found out some of their
That's
accusations.
a huge jump.
Yeah, it is. But because the BC Blazers have one thing above everyone else, and that is blazing speed. I
X
found out about,
Factor. What is it?
I mean, the player I know, X Factor, I don't know how to say his last name properly, so I'm just going to call him the Shea. He is the fastest guy in the league, and he is going to terrify defenses. I don't know
Atkins
about
Sam
those.
me.
Yeah, you sure about that?
Pretty sure.
Okay, I'll believe
Shay,
you.
I'm sorry if I butchered that.
Yeah, I just call him the Blur.
Yeah.
He did a good job recruiting. He's got his boys back from I think his midget football days, and this is going to be a team with great chemistry and a lot of speed.
Okay. Moving on. Number 6.
Number
And
six.
I'm curious about this one because what you know of number 7, and you still put number 6 where they are.
You know what? At the end of the day, the biggest X factor any team can have is quarterback play, right?
Okay.
There
Let
is
me hear
no
it.
defense for the perfect pass, and this guy throws an absolutely beautiful ball. I have the Wild Dogs coming in at number 6. Shout out to
Oh,
my guy, Dylan LaPrairie, QB in this squad. They're going to be a competitive team.
okay. Uh, Chris Siwak. What are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
big fan of him. Versatile guy, great on defense, very fast, shifty guy. He's going to be a hard player to defend. I've thrown it with
Yeah,
him a couple of times. I've seen him at some open throws. When he gets the ball in his hand, he can make a lot of people miss, which is the secret to
exactly.
success.
Yeah, and that's my thing with him too. Is he is almost an X factor. Like you put the ball in Chris's hands, whether it's behind the line of scrimmage or across the line of scrimmage, and he's dangerous on the ground.
I'm a fan.
He's got quick feet, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
very true.
Wild Dogs at number 6. Who's our number 5?
At number 5, I have the returning champions, the Head Tappers. They are a
Oh,
good team. I don't love their division, their choice to stay in this division because I feel like being the big fish is nice, but if you've shown you can compete, go try your hand somewhere else.
and yet you're going to hold them in the number 5 spot
This division,
as a returning champion.
this is a good
Okay.
division.
All right.
I
I'm here for it, man.
Yeah,
Let's
it might be
go.
my bias for them staying in this division. I'm not trying to punish them, but I just think there's a lot of talent in this league now, and it's anyone's game.
Yeah. There has been some questions as to why the returning champion does not automatically get moved up to the elite division. Um, Rosters change, people change, personnel change. You might only keep 2 or 3 pieces. It may not be the same full squad. So until there's some sort of an evaluation and we actually physically see that this team is elite caliber, it's tough to make that decision. We may look at doing something like that somewhere down the road, as we continue to grow, that we may do a season re-tier where
Absolutely.
at, the midpoint of the season or after 2 weeks, you take your record and you go up to another division, or maybe you drop a division,
I mean, we're going to
right?
get to the point
So
where we're going to have a middle like men's competitive division too, right?
yeah, I think that's going to be the next evolution. You're 100% correct. Where we have a rec division where it is going to be for rec teams,
Mhm.
and then you have a competitive division where it's kind of like this middle of the pack, and then you've got your elite. So I think that's kind of the direction that Football Canada's gone. I know that's the direction that it's been run with USA Flag, or I Flag as they're now called, in a lot of divisions. They have an elite, a comp, a rec, an Olympic, right? Like there's going to be an evolution to this as we grow and gain more teams. So that's very much the realistic possibility, is that that's where we're going to wind up. So moving on, number 4, and I like this one.
At number 4, I have one of my favorite players in the league. I have the Outlaws, led by our superstar king, Kevin. This guy's a two-way athlete. I've been watching him just play defense the last couple of sessions I've been out with them, and he's a weapon. And if the rest of his team can follow his suit, do what they got to do, have a bunch of Swiss Army knives out there, this team can be competitive.
The ageless wonder, Kevin Maddlepie, 56 or 57 years old this year, and this guy is just the ageless wonder, man. He's like a fine wine. He gets better with age. He is insane. His speed, his agility, his just sheer strength out on the field, and his IQ, his football IQ is top notch. This man still knows how to get the ball downfield into the right places. I think Hunter can only hope to be there when he crosses that 50 range, right?
I hope to be there when I cross the 40-year range.
But shout out to Kevin, shout out to Scott Carroll and the guys from the Outlaws. They've done a fantastic job over the last couple seasons. Looking forward to what's coming for this spring. All right, moving on to number 3.
At number 3, I have the Vancouver Vikings. I am a fan of this team. Shout out to my guy Grayson, who absolutely balled out at Nationals. Really, really proud of how he competed with some top-tier guys. I know the Vikings are a strong team. They have some talented players. I think their problem last year was just getting all the talent to come to the field. You need to have consistency to compete in this league. You need guys with a whole season under the belt to make sure they gel before the playoffs come around. I think they were missing that last season. I hope they get it here. Yeah. And if they do, I have them being an extremely competitive team.
Okay. Moving on to number 2.
Okay, number 2, I have the Scout team. This is a team that absolutely dominated this division the first 2 seasons, moved up to elite, played well, had some struggles. I think they've lost a couple of pieces, so they're making their jump back down to rec to see if they can still pump everyone through on this division. Great quarterback, great defense. We'll see if they have the weapons they need to win the championship here.
Mackenzie's done a really good job, though, of bringing in some replacements, I believe, that have as much experience and hopefully has some better talent. So hopefully he's got a good supporting crew. I'm hoping big things. These guys showed up and they competed for provincials a couple of seasons ago. All right, so fingers crossed for Scout team.
I honestly think any team that finishes in the top 6 should take a serious look at jumping up to elite. Even if you don't win rec, any team that dominates and gets into the top tier of this division can compete. Mm-hmm. If they can ball, they should take a look at competing in the higher divisions. So no disrespect to any team that's not winning the championship in this league.
Okay. At number 1 in our men's rec division out of our 20 teams,
I have Only Football. This is a team with one of the best GMs in the league. They recruit and make players feel included better than anyone I've seen in a long time. The recruiting pipeline speaks for itself. The talent they've brought in, the community they've formed. I've attended some of their runarounds, and they have 40, 50 people there. Like, this is a team that people want to be a part of. I'm not sure who's going to end on their season, or not sure who's going to be on the roster at the start or at the end. But based on that information, I have them winning some games and going a long way. So I'm keeping them at number 1 right now. We'll see where it goes throughout the season.
And how much did Jason pay you for that?
Oh man, there's not enough food in the world to filling me up to make me change my ideas, but he definitely.
Shout out to the Greater Vancouver Food Truck Festival.
I mean, he does what he puts his mind to something, he crushes it. And the biggest thing this team did is they got themselves an elite quarterback. He was the MVP last season. If he wasn't, he should have been. Our QB who won the championship last year in coed, and he knows how to run an offense. I think he's going to catch a lot of people by surprise. Not anymore.
Okay. So at this point, we're now going to move on to our coed power rankings, the final division that we haven't touched on. So we're going to start off with number 20.
14.
Number 14.
All right.
Ready, set, go.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
At number 14.
Rough Riders, let's go.
The Rough Riders. Let's go where my DMX dogs at. Brand new squad. Currently only have 5 people on their roster, so let's hope they all show up every game so they don't get fined or eliminated. But off the name alone, excited to see how they roll.
All right, number 13.
At number 13, I have the Grimaces. Big fan of their milkshake. Love the team name. Let's see what they can do. See if they got the shakes that'll make us quake. I hope they transition to the wins.
From what I understand, the Grimaces have come over to us from the Sevens game. Played in another league last season, I believe the last 2 seasons. I think the Grimaces won their B division in their previous league last year.
Okay, so put some respect on this name. I look forward even more to seeing how they compete now. It's a totally different ballgame. It's Sevens just open space, right? It really teaches you not bad habits, but it teaches you can really get away with stuff because of the room. You don't have lives. You need to be tight. You need to be crisp. So let's see how they transition to that.
All right, number 12.
At number 12, I have the Rampage. They are a newer program. I'm excited to see what they bring to the table, and I think they can have a lot of explosive players.
They do have a lot of explosive players. This is one of our league-created single reg teams. So a lot of these players were from other leagues, from other. Everybody on the team has experience, with the exception of I think 2 or 3.
Okay.
But it is a stacked roster with a good quarterback, and they've got some runners. They've got some runners. Joel Ron is playing with this team.
Okay.
They've got a few other good, solid players that have been around the game a long time. I expect good things from Rampage.
Awesome. I love that.
Number 11.
At number 11, I have the Beauties. I'm not sure if this is the same team that came over from the Sevens game, but if it is, they are a talented bunch of players. Yep. What can you tell me about them, Derek?
So Beauties competed for our championship 2 or 3 seasons ago.
Oh, okay.
In the co-ed division. They are a very talented bunch of players. Also transitioning over from the Sevens. They came and played with us here when we had Sevens. And then when we did away with Sevens and went straight to 5s, they went back to the other to another league where they had the opportunity to play 7s there. So I expect good things from this group. They have a talented quarterback. They've got very talented receivers, and their women are absolutely stellar.
Okay, so I wish we had this talk before, because that is such a game changer in co-ed.
Yeah.
Guys kind of cancel each other out in such tight windows where the women can really shine if there's a mismatch.
Yeah, this group of women that plays for Beauties, they are some of the honestly, they're some of the best co-ed women ballers that I've seen.
That's fantastic to hear.
They should have their own women's team, this group.
Awesome.
In all honesty. So
I think actually some of the women were picked up by the Vice girls, if I'm correct. Okay. So they will be competing in both divisions.
That's great. Moving on, number 10.
Number 10, I have the Van Lynx. Again, this is the same team as the men's rec with some talented people. Same thing, gadgety, creating space. Yeah. They know how to play this specific style of football, and that's going to go a long way.
Okay. Moving on, number 9, the Renegades.
The Renegades. They're a solid squad. I'm looking forward to this team's transition to 5s co-ed, as a lot of them have come over from 7s ball. Same thing. I think they can compete. I think they got speed. Let's make sure they know the game, and then they won't have any trouble after that.
So the Renegades, again, they were in our first season, in our very first spring, they were a league created team with single reg players.
Nice.
And they've kind of in and out. They'll play spring, they won't play fall, then they'll play spring, then they might play fall. Spring seems to be the Renegades season, so hopefully this is theirs. Good group of ballers. They've played both the sevens and the fives game. I do expect much better things from them this year. Jordan's done a fantastic job, kind of taking on the leadership role with this team. I believe Mackenzie's back again. Great group of girls. They've got fantastic core and added some pieces that'll hopefully take them to the next level. So good things coming from Renegades for the spring 2026.
Okay.
Moving on, number 8.
I hope I'm wrong with all these power rankings. I hope everyone ends up number 1.
Number 8.
At number 8, I have the Guardians. This is a young, very fast team. I played against them, I think, 2 seasons ago, and I was impressed by their enjoyment of the game, the positive attitudes, and the way they hustled through every play. Raw, positive, try-hard squad. I think they can compete.
This was my team for the last 2 seasons that I played on. This is an amazing group of people. There's been some wholesale changes for this year, but I know the core group, the majority are still there. They've got an unreal receiver and just unreal athlete. And he's never played flag football until last season.
Okay.
Like, just mind blowing. This kid is a superstar. I am just, it blows me away. You got to watch the Guardians. Watch these guys. They will climb.
All right. I'm excited to watch the tape.
They will climb. He's a tennis player. He's a tennis player that his girlfriend brought him out. His girlfriend, fiance, brought him out to come play flag football. And he just excelled. Just outstanding. The Guardians, watch him. Moving on, number 7.
At number 7, I have Only Hands. This is a splint off of the Only football team. So they broke up into 2 squads this year because they have so much talent.
Yeah.
There's some amazing 2-way players on this team. Shout out to my guy Nolan, who I believe is going to be kind of running the show for this squad. He is an X factor. So if he can bring the energy and he can get the team to play to his level, this could go from 7 to 1 in a heartbeat.
Easy. We're talking about Nolan Forrester, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Insane baller.
Absolutely.
And if he's leading that charge for Only Hands, speaking of Only Hands, like, what is with these names?
Well, they were just
I hope Jason's getting paid something for hand modeling or whatever the case might be. All right, moving on to number 6.
Oh wait, sorry, I got to touch on number 7 real quick again.
Oh, yeah.
Big fan of their quarterback, Damien. I believe it's Damien and Nolan going to be dominating the squad. That is an absolutely deadly duo that deserves to be in prime time in the camera every play. Their explosiveness, this guy's arm with this guy's speed. I am super worried about that combo.
Okay. Now moving on, number 6.
Moving on, I have the Ego team. Last year's champion. They've fallen a bit in the rankings because they lost their quarterback. You lose Patrick Mahomes, you're going to take a bit of a hit. And they definitely lost that in the coed division. This guy was elite. He's now on a different team. We'll touch on him in a little bit. But I know this team is extremely competitive still, and they know the game of flag football. So they're going to be around at the end of the season.
Who's chucking balls for Ego team now? Do we know?
That's the one X factor. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's going to be a different Charos guy. They have a lot of quarterbacks. I'm excited to see who steps up. And
I know who it is.
Oh, you do? Who is it?
Mm-hmm. Leo Gomez is going to be chucking balls with Ego team.
Okay, that's an X factor in itself. This guy knows the co-ed game better than anyone, and he has elite timing. I could not be more excited to watch this guy play now, and this team.
Should be interesting. Moving on, number 5.
At number 5, I have the... Ooh, I'm going to take a bit of a switch here. At number 5, I have the Outlaws. I have our favorite player, Kevin, our king, showing up high on these rankings as his leadership and his love of the game will get his squad to a competitive level and compete for a championship.
Moving on, number 4.
Number 4, I'd like to hear your opinion on this real quick, Derek. I have the Fusion X here. They have a very talented roster. I'm not sure who will be QBing for them, though. But I just know off roster talent alone, they're going to make it very hard for teams to play football with them. This
is a very talented group of football players. Let me take you back real quickly. Fusion was created as my very first single reg team that I ever put together, and that was in 2017, I believe. Might have been sooner. Might have been 2016. Fusion was built because there was so many players that needed a place to play, and we didn't have any spots on the 7 teams that we had in that previous league. So we took all these extra players that needed a place to play, and we just built a Fusion team, and they've been together ever since. It's been, honestly, I contacted Kevin, again, the Ageless Wonder, Spider-Man himself. And I asked him, I said, hey, I've got this group of really enthusiastic ballers that want to get out on the field, but they need some leadership. Would you be willing to take it? And he stopped me right there and said, I'm in.
And he's been running with it ever since.
He's been running with it for a decade. It's been 2016. It's been a decade that Fusion has been around.
Guy loves ball.
They've evolved. They've changed, a lot of personnel, but they've evolved in the right direction. And this core group of athletes that Fusion has is outstanding. So expect them to make a big impact in this division.
Okay, I love it. I have
number three.
I have another switch from the notes I sent you because of some late acquisitions.
That's fine.
I have the Ohana Nui coming in at number 3. They have an amazingly talented roster, and what we could be seeing as our first ever family dynasty. We have 4 siblings playing on this squad, maybe even 5 eventually. This is the Estrada family dynasty, and they have their partners and their friends helping them. So there is some serious explosiveness on this team. Shout out to my guy, Brad. Shout out to Megan. I am so excited to watch them ball out. They have a lot of talented players. They're going to make waves in this division for a long time.
Amazing brother and sister duo. And if the rest of the family has talent that like they do, oh boy.
X factor across the board.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The only reason they're not higher in this list is because they also have a lot of new players because they are a family-first team. So they're bringing in friends. They're bringing in other people. There's going to be a small learning curve, but I'm sure that will get changed very quickly because this team loves teaching, loves learning, loves getting better.
Fantastic. All right. Let's go.
At number 2, I have football.
Okay.
Big fan of this squad and made waves by signing last year's championship-winning quarterback. Makes this team a favorite of mine. The only worry is that they split the roster into 2, so maybe there won't be star talent across the board. I love it. It's great for the division, and I love their commitment to helping this game grow. So they are going to be there on Championship Sunday if everything goes as it should.
Okay. I don't know if I agree with you.
Okay.
I think I'm going to stir the pot a little bit here. I don't think that they should be number 2.
Where do you think they should be?
I think they should be number 3 slot.
Okay.
I think Ohana Nui is going to surprise some people just based on their roster and based on the speed and skill. I think that's going to throw a lot of people off in this co-ed division. We'll take you. This is Lake's takes. I'm only giving my opinion.
I absolutely love it.
But I'm going to hold Ohana Nui. Yeah, for sure. I think I'm going to hold Ohana Nui in my number 2 spot. You can have him in your number 3 spot.
You know what? We'll call it A2B.
But I think we can both agree who the number 1 in this co-ed division should be.
Absolutely. Absolutely we can. And this is a team that starts off number 1 in the power rankings every season. They are unfortunately named the Ravens Caw, which sounds questionable. And they really are the Baltimore Ravens of this league. They look dominant at the start of every season, but unfortunately they keep running into speed bumps in the playoffs at the wrong time.
Injuries or whatever else.
Football's a game of attrition sometimes, right? Yeah. They are matchup nightmares at both genders across the board. They dominate. They absolutely blow teams out through the season. and they just haven't figured out how to solidify the deal. I am saying this is their year. They just make sure they don't run into the wrong hot team at the wrong time. This is the year they should take it.
I 1000% agree with this one. The Ravens, I'm just going to say the Ravens because it's better that way. The Ravens have a laundry list of talent and extremely qualified and very smart football players.
The commitment level is crazy.
It's insane. Look, I've been involved in the sport of football for 35 years. How old are you?
I am 32.
Okay. So I've been involved in the sport of football for 35 years. And in 35 years, there hasn't been such a complete roster that I've physically witnessed than the Ravens and their whole group. You talk about their men's teams that they've had over the past few seasons and the changes and the additions. You talk about this coed group. They're just such a good, cohesive group of people.
Absolutely.
But they're so talented. This is one of my favorite rosters of all time.
Okay. This is the dream team.
I think this is the dream team. Yeah.
I love to hear it. I'm such a fan of them. Their whole recruiting team is amazing. You can feel the love. They're very inclusive. They make everyone want to be a part of the family.
I think this group, they should win it all. That's my personal opinion.
That's the fourth bias here. We've said that though.
Like if I were to build an all-star co-ed team and send that co-ed team to Canada Nationals, it might be made up of 95% of this roster.
You know what? That's hard to argue. So impressed by them every game. I'm always nervous when one of my squads has to go against them. Talented team.
Yeah. Okay, so there you have it. So we have covered all of our divisions.
Woo.
We are days away from kicking off our spring 2026 season. If you have nothing going on Sunday, what are you doing? You should be at our field. We're going to be at Cloverdale Athletic Park this Sunday starting at 9 a.m. We're there until 5 p.m. The one that everybody I know is going to be wanting to watch is our men's elite division. That gets rolling at 12:40 p.m. Any final words from you, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I love this football community. And hey, if you think I'm wrong, come talk to me. I am a dumb football guy who was wrong most of the time, but I love talking about football. So even if you don't know me, come show me some love. Let's go have a conversation about ball. Tell me where I'm wrong.
Let's remind people at home that Hunter is a former tackle football player and has probably taken a few too many hits to the head.
That's why I'm here.
Okay, as always, I'm Derek Slavin for Hunter Lake. This has been No Run Zone.